Welcome to another match day in Bengaluru. New challenge, more passion, and above all, more show in Bengaluru. New feelings are waiting for us in the new phase of Premier Futsal League. The Garden City hosts the match day 9, but this time neither the Delhi Dragons nor Telugu Tigers will play. Both teams are directly classified to semi-finals after finishing leader and co-leader at the table. The way to Dubai is not easy, but all teams want to achieve the glory. Hi and welcome to another match day of Premier Futsal League here in Bengaluru. Yesterday, the stage group was ended with Delhi Dragons and Telugu Tigers at the top of the table, and they will rest until next Friday. Furthermore, today starts a new phase among the non-classified teams of Bengaluru, Mumbai, Chennai and Kerala. These are the two matches of the day. In a few minutes, we'll see Bengaluru Royals against Mumbai Warriors, and the second one will be Chennai Singers against Kerala Cobras, the same match as yesterday. Well, I feel a great atmosphere, environment here on the field, so the first match is going to start. Guy, turn to you.
Thanks very much, Noelia Blasco. A very warm welcome to all our viewers from around the world for this match day 9 of Premier Futsal 2017. We're into the second round of group matches. Remind you that of the top 6 of the 6 teams that played so far, the top 2 go directly to the semi-finals in Dubai, and the remaining 4 teams play it out amongst each other. They don't carry any points from the previous stage, so that gives teams a whole new lease of life, as it were, as the 2 teams walk out here. The first matchup this evening, Mumbai Warriors versus Bengaluru Royals. I'm here with England Futsal International Doug Reed, and we've seen both of them in action before, Doug, as we look at the officials, Yaqub Youssef, Abdulaziz, Prakash and Khalifa in charge of tonight's game. What do you have in store?
Yes, an interesting fixture this. Both teams obviously missed out on the first chance to make it to the semi-finals, and now here's their second chance. It was 6-2 to Bengaluru in the first game, but it was a bit more even than the scores will show. Here's the league table.
Yeah, Bengaluru finished third. They were just edged out by Telugu in a really dramatic game last night, and that means Bengaluru coming into this as the most attacking team, as you can see there from the goal difference. They now have to contend with playing in the second round of group stages. Mumbai only managed to beat Chennai and Kerala. Well, let's remind you, Doug just mentioned the previous time they played, and that was a 6-2 whooping there that Bengaluru handed over to Mumbai Warriors. And let's have a quick look at the highlights.
Yeah, well, in this game, Bengaluru sat deep and they actually stopped Mumbai creating any chances within the area, within the 6-metre area.
And that was the Silva got things going.
Well, these 2 players are so important for them, the number 7 and number 9. They've got 16 goals between them, 2 of the top goal scorers in the tournament.
Corvo there pulled one back for Mumbai, but they were under the cosh a lot, and this just exemplifies it.
That was Medeiros scoring there, and Grasso setting him up. Grasso's that solid defender who helps support those 2. And there he is again, Medeiros, getting another goal. But in this time round, Mumbai have had 2 days rest. Bengaluru played yesterday. They looked a little bit tired as well, so that could be important.
Interesting when you note those goals there, Doug, that Mumbai were caught out a lot at the back in that game, weren't they?
Yeah, and I think we might see them drop a little bit deeper. We've seen them press high in this tournament, but I think they'll drop a little bit deeper to stop those counter-attacks, because, as you said, Mumbai are really not very good when they lose the ball. They're slow to get back, and Bengaluru are absolutely amazing in those situations. We saw that the other day v Telugu when they got a couple of goals from that.
Fantastic to see 2 Manchester United icons up against each other. Paul Scholes for Bengaluru, Ryan Giggs, who's leading Mumbai Warriors. Here is Scholes now. Medeiros up to Da Silva. Key players for the side. Now Grasso is an excellent defender. One back by Corvo fairly easily here. A run by Francini, and it's stopped, intercepted by Medeiros, and you can just see what De Silva was looking to do. Tyrone Petchtiam, the Thai international, ball is just robbed off him by Grasso.
But it's good to see him on the pitch because he had that ankle injury the other day. I think he's still struggling with it a little bit.
Those are your players currently on court for Bengaluru Royals. The one launchpad player or Indian player is Abhishek in goal. He's been excellent, hasn't he?
He's made some great saves throughout this tournament, been sharing that role with Al-Hamlan, the other goalkeeper they have in their ranks.
Ryan Giggs with his first surging run of this match. Both these marquee players have impressed you so far.
Yeah, I mean, Giggs won the tournament last year, and he's come on this year, has improved his performances, and same with Scholes. Both of them are usually their deepest player, make all the passes from the back, but you see there Scholes, he makes the odd run forward.
It's a great ball, Paul Scholes! Over the top, and he just has to guide that in. And Bengaluru taking early lead here.
As we said, Scholes has made some great forward runs here. Tyrone's body shape's all wrong. He's trying to run backwards, he's got to turn. And it was, if anyone you want to have a volley on his right foot, then it's Paul Scholes. Whether Vatsal Bhatia in goal for Mumbai should have been maybe a little bit higher. We've seen those sweeper keepers throughout this tournament that is a characteristic of the goalkeeping position in futsal. Maybe he should have read that. It's a great start for Bengaluru.
Lovely ball over the top. We've seen those scoop passes a few times, haven't we? Ryan Giggs quite likes them. He was looking for Francini there. Here's Medeiros. Well, he decided to go for goal, and he had Grasso with a galloping run down his right-hand side. Scholes couldn't quite make it. He normally plays fairly deep, as we see now. Almost put into his own net there, by Corvo.
You see Corvo there, he's telling Vatsal to be higher. You've got to be confident to leave your goal in futsal. Sweep up behind your defence.
There's De Silva. Medeiros. Grasso does well. De Silva. Another scoop pass. And he waited and waited for that, didn't he, Medeiros?
We've seen those two have a great partnership. Medeiros and De Silva, they've had 16 goals between them in the tournament so far. They're number 2 and 3 in the goal scoring charts behind Ronaldinho.
Just to add, of course, that Bengaluru, they were 5-1 up against Delhi and went on to drop points as it ended up 5-all. It would have been a very different story had they won that game. They would have been through. And it would be Delhi now playing in these second round of matches.
There's Diego Giustossi. He won the World Cup with Argentina in his first job. He's still head coach of Argentina. Beat Russia in the final in Colombia.
Grasso goes down the line, but Tyrone in the way.
You see that high pressing from Mumbai.
They were doing that in stages, weren't they? In little moments, and then drop back.
I think that's a good plan because it causes a bit more surprise for the opposition. 1 minute they have to play against a defence that's pressing, then sitting back. That require different tactical strategies.
Tyrone gets the ball back. There's a sea of players there. De Silva! Could he have squared it? And I think that's what Medeiros was saying.
Tyrone just lost the ball, ran into a crowd of defenders. As you said, Silva was free at the back. Medeiros was free at the back.
Having a few shots on goal today, Ryan Giggs.
He's already got 3 goals in the tournament. "13 Premier League titles to his name and 1 Premier Futsal title.
Paul Scholes, what a lovely ball that is. Silva, though, couldn't quite control it the way he wanted.
Good covering from futsal.
Perhaps not quite at his best, and you mentioned that he may not be fully recovered yet. Scholes, again a lovely pass to De Silva. Well, this time the keeper, futsal, is alert.
A great pass from Scholes. I think he played it through the legs of his defender. Yeah, he did through Franchini. Great vision and creativity from Scholes. Well done, futsal. He was there to stop it. Stiggs on the ball. He's really taken to this game. I was chatting to him earlier, he was asking lots of questions about futsal, about the game in England.
Here's Medeiros. So often the engine of this side.
What might favour Mumbai is as the game goes on. Mumbai have had 2 days rest since their last game. Telugu had a tough, Bengaluru had a tough game against Telugu yesterday. They didn't rotate as much yesterday as they usually do, so those players really accumulated the minutes. It's a timeout called. A minute just to discuss their strategies. There's Tiago Pulido, Portuguese coach.
It's Mumbai who asked for the timeout, by the way.
Got a lot of experience, Tiago, despite his only being 37 years of age. Let's listen into him.
If we go up, it's to press. Not possible, we are here. This is our goal. Like this, like this. There are fast people, very easy. Close, no problem. Come. 1, 2, 3, 4. Close, no problem. But if we are there, it's to press, okay? Understand? More simple, eh? The press is more fast and more simple. And near the goal.
So what he's saying is he doesn't want passes into their pivot, who's their target player. So he said if you're dropping back, you need to stay compact and close those passing lines, but if you go up, you need to press. You can't go up and then not have pressure, because then it's all open to pass into the pivot, so you need to put pressure on the ball, get close to the player who has the ball, to block those forward passing lines.
Always good to be able to get insight into what the coaches are asking. Makes our job a little easier as well too, doesn't it, Doug?
He's a good coach, Tiago Pulido. He's just finished with the Qatar national team, but he's won championships in Croatia, in Italy. They called him the special one in Portugal for his similarities to Jose Mourinho. He's won so much early on in his career. It's great for the launchpad players as well to have access to that kind of knowledge.
Here's Carasso. Now Scholes.
Rico's just came on now, the Welsh player.
Not for long, it looks like. Let's see Corvo who he'll replace. Rico just trying to get something on that to square it to Giggs.
We saw that scoop pass that you mentioned earlier from Giggs.
Nicely done by Medeiros.
Oh, nutmeg there from
Dampat,
yeah.
Shifting the ball quickly, aren't they, Bengaluru? Giggs squares it to Franchini. Corvo is on. Tyrone Pesciam is taking a break. Futsal comes out all the way. Here's Giggs.
Nice idea from Giggs, trying to find that far post. From Dampat.
25 of them so far in the tournament.
We had a lovely one, didn't we, the other day? Paul Scholes.
Yep, Anupam with that memorable nutmeg of Paul Scholes. Something he will carry with him for the rest of his life, I'm sure. was adjudged best moment of the match last night, and then Corvo smashes over.
That was a good chance from Corvo. He was right on the edge of the area. No one between him and the goal except for the goalkeeper. You see the graze on Scholes' leg from sliding. Can be quite painful if you slide on this hard court.
Tampat taking his chance, or trying to.
They're having a lot of the ball, Mumbai, creating so much so far.
Mancini with a low effort, just wide.
Mancini started his career at River Plate in Argentina. Also had a short spell in Brazil.
You can see what Dapa's trying to do, get that to Scholes. Mancini. Medeiros helps out.
They do well there, Medeiros, to get back. And as we approach the end of the first quarter, it's a very tight game so far. Scholes broke the deadlock.
Cordovo, now Giggs.
Great pass from Giggs. Yeah.
That brings us to the end of the first quarter. Bengaluru started pretty well here, and they were rewarded with a goal, a lovely one as well, from Paul Scholes, who guided the ball into the back of the net. And very quickly, Doug, deserved first quarter scoreline for you?
I think it's been quite even towards the end of the quarter. Mumbai have had most possession, but that start goal from Scholes was a great finish.
We'll have more action coming up very shortly. For now, Bengaluru Royals lead Mumbai Warriors by 1 goal.
Trick it. Wiggle, 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 wicked. Kick with it. Just kick with it. Just trick it. Wiggle, 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 wicked.
We're back with the second quarter of this second round of matches with Mumbai Warriors up against Bengaluru Royals. It's just the 1 goal so far that separates them. Paul Scholes with a sublime touch to give them the lead. And it's about the right kind of scoreline for now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Bengaluru have defended better than Mumbai. Just a mistake from Tyrone that lets Paul Scholes in. But again, I would like to see...
Yeah, we just try to cut inside there. Rico.
I'd like to see Rico and Franchini a little bit higher.
Next time again, I
Pitch.
Yellow card, no. Important, quickly.
There's some little issue going on there between goalkeeper.
Here's Reducio King, Manchester Futsal Club.
Nice ball into Scholes. He was just waiting, wasn't he, for them to commit to try and get that ball through.
Yeah, he was just trying to find that little gap, but again, it was another good forward run from Paul Scholes. He's going to take the corner. All the way back to Grasso.
Grasso, will he take a shot here? Grasso, oh, it's off the crossbar from De Silva. Corvo, cool head, Corvo, isn't he? There's an opportunity there for Giggs. He's now crowded out. 3 against 1 here. King! Oh my word, he was clear, wasn't he? Scholes, and look at the reaction from the teammates.
He could have gone left or right, couldn't he? And they would have had a tap in. Not sure what he tried to do. Yeah, I don't think Paul Scholes can quite believe it, can he? This was the chance earlier. You'd expect De Silva to score. From there, he's the second top goal scorer in the tournament.
Now, it's one-on-one. Again, could that have been squared to De Silva? These are good opportunities by Bengaluru. They're not taking them. Will it come back to haunt them?
I'm not sure if they could have squared it because Corvo was sprinting back to try and cover that. But you have to say well done to Vatsal Bhatia in the Mumbai goal. Kept himself big, right on the edge of his area. I'm not sure if Grasso just tried to put it through his legs.
Scholes with a typically Scholes-like challenge. And Francini, no problems, rolling that into an empty goal. And Bengaluru pay the price for missing those earlier chances as Mumbai draw level.
He linked up well there with Rico. Passed it down the line, carried on his run inside, and just put it through the legs of Reducio King. See, Scholes is annoyed with that. It's good play from Mumbai to open up this Bengaluru defence.
Francini does really get into those celebrations, doesn't he? What it means to him. Medeiros. King is in a very advanced position. Grasso will find Coles, perhaps. Scholes, if he can. Here's Abhishek. He was trying to find Medeiros.
Tyrone back on now, the Thai international.
I think they were over the 4-second limit there, Doug.
Yeah, I mean, just to remind you some of the rules, that 4 seconds when you have any restarts, 5 fouls each team, and then every subsequent foul they give, the opponent gets a 10-metre penalty.
Nice little scoop up for Rico, and his shot is blocked by Grasso.
It's almost like the goal, but Rico and Francini switching positions there. Good combination between those two again.
Down Pestia. Comes off Grasso.
It is the play. Played it down the line, continued his run.
Does love his little tricks and flicks, doesn't he, Rico? Entertains the crowd. As that shot goes over from Cordovo.
Difficult chance for Corvo. Good movement off the set play. And just to remind you some of the other rules, is 5-metre distance from any kick-in or free kick. Red card, a player has to go off for 2 minutes. Well, that player can't continue, and the team plays down for 2 minutes unless the opponent scores, and then they can bring another player back on to equal the numbers. And the subs are unlimited. Change at any time.
Medeiros.
All those rules are encourage speed, encourage skillful play.
Tyrol. That was a pretty innocuous challenge from Paul Scholes.
Take it easy, take it easy, take it easy. Don't take the hand.
Grasso to Medeiros. It's more even now. Corvo on his own, he's going to go for goal into the side netting.
They had to shoot quickly, didn't they? Bengaluru were getting back quickly. Scholes was coming across. Tried that toe poke finish. Mumbai pressing high now. They've let Bengaluru out there almost.
Foul by Franchini on Grasso.
Again, the pressure was there, but it wasn't very aggressive, was it? They were standing off them a metre or two. They almost got out through that foul from Franchini. 2 fouls for Mumbai and 1 for Bengaluru so far.
Yep, if that hits 5, we will have a 10-metre penalty.
From the foul after the 5th one. Has to be a foul that ends in a direct free kick. Indirect free kick fouls don't count.
Yet to have one in this edition. Something to savour though. Something for the fans. I think they might enjoy it. Here's Rico. Tyrone comes over to that left-hand side for a bit. Rico's given space here. Shot goes wide. With players like, particularly like Rico and Corvo, they often just try to create that little bit of room for themselves, come inside, don't they?
Yeah,
You've got to shut them down, don't you? As Medeiros comes in, and I think Franchini did just enough.
Yeah, sometimes you're just looking for a sharp change of direction, just to get a couple of metres, to get your shot off. There's not that space always to beat your player completely. Here's that chance from Medeiros earlier. In football, you can knock the ball past your player and run, but mainly here you're beating your player horizontally.
You know what he's going to try and do there, Rico? Petstiam. To Giggs. Don't think he was expecting that.
Timeout being called by Bengaluru. No one's looked like scoring really in the last few minutes. Called the timeout. He's not yet speaking to his players. He just wants to give them a little bit of a rest. See Raj Kiran there, man standing up with the yellow shoes on. He scored a fantastic goal with his left foot the other day, didn't he?
Running back, okay? Understand? You are there, you're there to see the ball in some place. Okay? Another thing, Luka and don't play like this about here. This guy not being wide. Go down, to cover.
So he's just asking for the players on the opposite side of the ball not to be so high, just tuck in. You can cover, that's really important. You want your defence all on one side with the side of the ball, so they're a lot more compact. So if one player gets beaten, there's a teammate there to cover, and everyone just rotates round a position.
Chini may have hurt his wrist earlier.
And 3 doctors to put a plaster on. It's the kind of medical attention he needs. I'm sure he'll continue in the game.
What have you made of Mumbai's tactics in this second quarter? Because they were mixing a few different things, weren't they, in that first quarter, especially with the high press and then retreating a bit.
Yeah, I mean, you see here that, let's see what happens here.
De Silva, and there's an important touch there from Giggs to deny Grasso.
Yeah, I think Thiago, the Mumbai coach, he wants to win the ball high because he knows as soon as they win it, they've only got a short distance to go towards the goal, so it almost is a way to create chances for them. They haven't been that aggressive when they've done it. But I'd like to see when Francini and Rico have combined. That's where they've looked most dangerous so far. With Francini on the bench at the moment. Didn't see much from Corvo today, the man who just got fouled there, the number 3. He's got a lot of individual talent.
Corvo felt he was fouled. He generally just gets on with it.
Referee just asking for the 5-metre distance.
Here's Corvo. Maybe just telegraphed a little too much there.
You'd think the team that wins here today would go into the semi-finals. Kerala and Chennai didn't take any points off these two teams when they played them.
Petchiam smashes that volley well wide. Yeah, these are the two outstanding favourites to go through to these semi-finals. But things could change. Don't forget, let's not discount Kerala and Chennai, especially because points do not carry over.
See those two later. Repeat of yesterday's game. Chennai won.
Scholes was trying to look for Grasso.
We've not got any player back here in Mumbai.
Rico looking to square that.
Deep now, Bengaluru.
Rico. Now Corvo. Tyrone. Giggs.
Again, Mumbai, all their players are in front of the Bengaluru defence. No one getting in behind them. Whether staying in that position or on a run.
It's a low-scoring match so far. Bengaluru had the lead, and Mumbai have come back here. And it's a deserved equaliser.
Yeah, I think they've been the better team as the half's gone on. Mumbai created a couple of chances through Francini and Rico. Again, they've had a lot of the ball, but they haven't created really enough for me. We need to get people in deeper positions. Since so many goals scored at the far post, that's a great position to take up when someone's shooting. But Bengaluru have defended well, to credit them.
Yep, time now for the players to take a bit of a short break, regroup, think about how they want to play out the next 2 quarters. 20 minutes more action coming up. And before we take a break, let's hear from Noelia Blasco. She is with Ryan Giggs.
Now with the leader of Mumbai Warriors, well, Ryan, now 1-1 to the break. It's an advantage having faced Bengaluru just a few days ago.
Yeah, it's very tight, 1-1. I think a few of the players are a little bit tired, so the next 20 minutes is very important that we score the next goal.
Today is the 3rd match in a row for Bengaluru. How can the team take advantage of that?
Yeah, it's difficult. We did it earlier in the week, 3 games is difficult. So hopefully they will tire and we can capitalise.
Does the team feel the pressure in this second phase?
Yeah, it's pressure because, you know, you have to win the games. Otherwise, it puts pressure on the next 2 games.
Thank you, good luck.
Thank you.
Well, so now, break time. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
It's a really good atmosphere here at the Koramangala Indoor Stadium in Bengaluru. The home fans, perhaps, will be a little concerned their team isn't in front. The Royals level at the moment, the Mumbai Warriors 1-all. Well, they're making plenty of noise, and these are the highlights, Doug, so far.
Look at the movement from Scholes here. Got behind Tyrone. Tyrone's body position's all wrong. Futsal probably should have been a little bit higher. And it's just a cool finish from Scholes. He didn't blast it, just found the corner of the goal. It's that great movement. He's done that all tournament. He's not moving all the time, but he's timing his runs really well. And that was when De Silva and Medeiros linked up.
Well, it was all Bengaluru at one point, and it looked like they would add to their lead. They had a number of opportunities, especially in that first quarter. But as the game progressed, Mumbai got stronger.
Well, there you see Rico going into that deeper position. They just created a lovely little wall pass with Franchini, who then did well to finish because King was coming to close him down, and he just put it through his legs and got Mumbai back in the game.
They tried a number of these aerial balls, and just an important touch there from Ryan Giggs to deny Grasso.
That was great play from Grasso, wasn't it? A diagonal ball, and he was the one who came nearly on the end of it.
These are the stats so far after 2 quarters. What do you make of them?
Well, you can see there hasn't been many attempts, 25 in this half, and only 2 goalkeeper saves. There hasn't been too many chances created, and when they haven't really hit the target.
There are 2 players from Delhi, Issy Hamdoui and Van Keels, who are watching the action. They can take it easy now. They don't have to play till next week in Dubai.
Yeah, they can just watch these teams and scout them and identify their strengths and weaknesses for when they play in 5 days' time, and they'll have time to train as well and work on the game while their other teams are just playing out these games. It's a real advantage for them.
Giggs finds Tyrone. They've really not done too much rotation today, Mumbai, and that's been a feature of the way they've played in the last few days.
Yeah, I just think they're a little bit tired from all the games they've had. That fatigue's just accumulated.
Isn't that more of a reason than to look at your bench strength?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, whether the coach has confidence in them, I'm not sure. But in futsal, usually you're only playing 3 or 4 minutes at high-level futsal, and then you're changing. Because when you're on the pitch, you're always involved in the action. But here, the players have stayed on much, much longer, which is surprising.
There's Grasso, Medeiros, just up the tempo here. Medeiros, was there a foul? They've got up quickly, now they've got the overload again. They haven't made use of these at times, both these sides. There's another example.
Well, the problem there was Tyrone played the ball pass too early. We've seen Scholes do it really well, where you commit the defender before you pass it off. He passed it to Giggs, and that allowed, you see how early he passes it before he committed Grasso, and that allowed Grasso to come over, and the angle wasn't good for Giggs. And I don't think he was where they had Franchini on his left either. We haven't seen the best of Tyrone today, have we? Whether he's still struggling with that injury.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I just wonder how much that's... And you've been a player, of course, with injuries, and when you've come back from them and you may feel it 100%, how much does that affect your thinking?
I think it depends on the player, because I've been a player who I've never had that many injuries, so when I get an injury, it does really affect me. But if you're a player who gets frequent injuries, I know a lot of players who can just play on them.
Here's Medeiros!
Great save from Futsal. He's had so many shots, he can shoot at any opportunity. He's always looking to earn himself a little bit of space to shoot.
Corner all the way back to Scholes. He's got Grasso. De Silva to the left. Medeiros right up top. This is the pressing we were talking about from Mumbai.
Yeah, great pressing that time. Bengaluru weren't really in good positions there.
Just wonder whether the coach wanted them to press the keeper as well. It's just allowed. Scholes trying to roll it through, and Futsal Batia saw the danger.
We said in the first goal maybe he should have been a little bit higher, but since then his position's been much better. He's learned from his mistake. He saved his team there. Just getting in front of Medeiros, and he had to be careful because probably was in the penalty area. If he hadn't got the ball, it would have been a 6-metre penalty for Bengaluru.
Rico is on now. Tyrone. Rico on this left-hand side. Gets past De Silva. And past the post as well.
Good play from Rico Zulkanen. Just got past De Silva. Needed someone at the far post. Whether Abhishek got a touch on that, I don't think he did. It just came under him. Because they haven't got anyone deep, they haven't got anyone coming in on the far post.
Francini. Tyrone trying to create an angle for himself. Straight at the keeper again.
The Bengaluru are defending really deep, aren't they, at times? That can be dangerous for their opponent because we know how quick they are from going one end to the other. As soon as they win the ball, they all charge forward.
Not much between them at the moment, Doug, in terms of total shots.
He's sent Diego Justoso off, it seems.
Well, this is the first time we've seen this.
Well, it didn't seem like much, did it?
I just wonder if there's been a litany of incidents that obviously we've not seen. And he's now just given some instructions.
Well, that's a big loss for Bengaluru. It's a well-respected coach. The Argentinian played for many years in Europe, in Italy and Spain, before retiring and taking over the Argentinian national team and taking them to the World Cup.
Well, there was a little dissent there shown when the decision was made. He just made his way off, and well, Ryan Giggs has he got a bit of a problem here.
He's getting a little bit of a massage on his calf wound. It's just a bit of cramp.
Tyrone. Well, the point that Tyrone was making there were hands all over him, especially on his face. It's a great ball. It's just not quite close enough for Medeiros to get to.
It's been a very slow game so far, hasn't it?
Well, that's given away by Corvo. There was a bit of a miscommunication, and it's a little scrappy at the moment, Doug.
Yeah, you're just seeing misplaced passes. You don't expect from players of this quality.
And at this point, would you say, even for if it's a minute or two, just to swap some out? There he is, up in the... Well, not up in the stands, actually. That's still on the ground floor, and that's the point, I think, made by the coach. The referee in the left corner.
And Scholes is speaking to the referee there. But I think you're right. I think bring on some players, even if you feel they're not as talented as the ones you've got on the field. The high intensity and speed of their movement
just
will open the game. Yeah, exactly. And if anything, it gives you your so-called more talented players a rest. But I don't know who's going to be making the changes for them now. Looks like they have got. It looks like their assistant coaches down there.
Yeah, it does look a little sluggish at the moment here at this match.
The problem is they haven't used many players up until now, so you couldn't bring on. You're probably risking if you bring on 2 or 3 players. That's why you want to introduce them early in the game, even if it's just for a minute or two.
Here's Rico. Oh, there's a little bit of niggle in this game now. Grasso's done well. Doesn't get past Tyrone. Could be an issue here for Bengaluru. Rico, and again, excellent keeping. Hamlan Al-Hamlan, he loves it.
Well read by Abhishek. Saw that, I'm not even sure if Rico knew he was coming out.
Abhishek has been one of the goalkeepers of the tournament.
It was a good play from Mumbai because it was just a bit quicker. They stole that ball off Grasso and they moved up the field really quick before Bengaluru had a chance to get back. You see, it's only been 5 goalkeeper saves, and we're into the third quarter here.
And there's about almost 15 chances apiece. Good work from Tyrone. Brilliant from him.
He was just a second too late there, wasn't he, Abhishek? But at least he gave his chance for Lucio King to get back in.
Great footwork there by the Thai international. That shot not that far away from Rico. Just up the ante a little bit, Mumbai.
Well, having all the possession, aren't they? It's high pressing.
It's a great ball, and was there a foul there?
Well, it had to be a foul, didn't it?
Futsal Bhatia.
Had to be a foul. He wasn't going to score, he wasn't going to get that ball. But that was a clear foul. It wouldn't have been a red card, like I say, because he wasn't going to get the ball. Let's have a look at it again. Well, he clearly takes it.
Oh dear.
You wonder how they've missed that, don't you? Double decision. A little bit fortunate for Vatsal there.
And I just wonder, Doug, at the moment we're saying that Mumbai edging proceedings, and that could well be down to that extra rest that they've had.
Yeah, definitely. I think they'll come into it more as the game goes on.
Montero. Can they put it in? No, they can't. Now could be a counter here. Tyrone.
This player's never going to get onto that. I know he's asking for it, but...
Well, the good news is the tempo has increased.
I think that'll be a sign of things to come as we go towards the final whistle. The last quarter.
Corvo skips past one. Corvo, he'll cut inside, surely. And King read that well.
Yeah, good defending from King, he knew what he wanted to do.
Grasso! Well, all of a sudden this game has exploded into life. Mumbai normally approach quarter 4 trailing.
He's saying it was a corner. Let's see if Vatsal touches that. You couldn't really see, the post was in the way, but it's another one of those good driving forward runs from Grasso. Here's the chance earlier, he just couldn't find the gap to get it into Silva. Starting to, as I say, get a little bit faster now to the last minute of the third quarter.
Franchini.
Again, they've got no one deep, no one really ahead of the Bengaluru defence. They're all in front of them. Just for the positioning sometimes of Mumbai has to be better. And you see the shots between 0 and 6 metres there. 4 to Bengaluru, 1. They're the real key chances.
A lot more long-range efforts from Mumbai.
Well, that says it all, doesn't it? They've created one chance in 6 metres. If you don't have anyone there, you're not going to create a chance in that area.
Exactly what you meant by not having someone right in front of the goal.
It's just someone you can play forward to really quickly and then try and play off.
King. Oh, that's brilliant tackling from Tyrone, who's also just up the ante. An excellent assist. And Corvo recognises that. He goes right across to the Thai to thank him.
We said they hadn't created a chance in the last 6 metres. It was a transition from Mumbai that allowed him to get in. Then there's Corvo in a deep position by the far post. Just lost the ball, and that meant there was 2 Bengaluru defenders out of position. Space for Mumbai to exploit. And it's a great ball from Tyrone to get it between Grasso and Medeiros. It was just an easy finish for Carlos Corvo, the Spaniard.
Well, we did say Mumbai normally go into the fourth quarter trailing. Slightly uncharted territory. Only once before have they gone into the final quarter leading. 111 goals is where we stand at the moment. And we also see Mumbai just about in charge here. And they've still got 10 minutes left to go. And hopefully we continue where we left off. A lot more action coming up here at the Koramangala Stadium. Bengaluru trailing Mumbai by 2-1.
Namaste, India. Premier futsal is not football.
It's the 2020 of football.
Full of tricks, goals, skills and speed.
With the world's best futsal players. This is futsal evolution.
This is Premier Futsal.
We're into the final 10 minutes of this Premier Futsal match between Mumbai Warriors and Bengaluru Royals. Warriors just ahead, 2-1.
And Jonathan on now for Bengaluru, the number 3. Best Indian player from last year.
Yep, Champri is also on for Mumbai.
He's a strong defender. They have so many attacking players they use. I think he's just there to try and defend this lead. Although you think Mumbai will be the stronger team in this final quarter. If they've had 2 days rest before this, whereas Bengaluru played 3 games in a row.
Jonathan, return ball, that's not too far away, but at least it's good attacking intent. Paul Scholes likes it. He's taking a bit of a break. Ryan Giggs too.
That's how Mumbai created their first goal. Ball down the line and then running into the middle. I think Jonathan was just having to stretch for that a little bit.
Jonathan was holding the ball. There's a good challenge there from Champri.
Antonio's replaced Futsal in the Mumbai goal. Antonio from Spain.
Just wonder whether we're going to see keepers advancing.
We might see that as the time ticks down, bringing the goalkeeper as an additional attacking player known as a fly goalkeeper tactic.
Here's King.
So it seems like they've used a few different players now in this final quarter.
King, oh, it's found its way through! What? He'll be disappointed, the keeper, Antonio Fernandez. An important goal for King.
Well, he was 1-on-1 against Champri. He didn't really beat him, but he just found that yard with some good feints, and Antonio's only just came on. Maybe a little bit cold. You see what it means to Abhishek, but it's a great goal from Reducio King. And these guys team back in it now, 2-2. Is someone going to get the winner here? With 8.5 minutes to go.
Remind you, of course, that all points in the previous round are cleared. That's a foul there. Grasso on Francini. These are, at the moment, the 2 best sides of the remaining 4 teams in the second round of matches.
Futsal comes back on. Tyrant comes back on for Champri.
My friend, out.
So it didn't last long for Champri or Antonio for Mumbai.
Corvo, that free kick came to Rico, he's trying to get a touch on it.
And now Hamlan's come on for Bengaluru as well for Abhishek. So a lot of different changes at the moment.
He had that covered anyway. Medeiros tries to slip that through, and again, excellent work. That's Batia. King.
Good save from Futsal. He wants a 1v1 here, Corvo. He was trying to ask for Tyrone to go on the other side to create the space for him. It wasn't happening.
He was just asking the same of Franchini. Tyrone. He's just having a word now with Franchini, isn't he?
What you often see with these players who are good 1v1, they'll be on one side of the court and all their teammates are on the other side of the court to just open the space for them and isolate them.
Tyrone with a bit of space here. Tyrone again cuts in. Could he have taken the shot? May have taken a knock instead. Grasso. Excellent defending from Franchini.
It's well done, Franchini, there to get back. Tyrone's injured again. I wonder if that's the same ankle.
It is the same ankle. It is. And I think there could be a real problem here.
I think he had the opportunity to shoot as well from that chance. Bengaluru was so compact that as soon as he fainted, even though his defender fell for the feint, there was all players around him. They blocked his shot. It looks like he's going to have to make the change.
Out, my friend. Out.
And they just need to mop up the court as well because it's all Tyrone's threat, but he's limping off here, Tyrone.
My friend, come.
I don't think he's going to play any more part in this game.
Well, the good news for Mumbai is at least they have a day off tomorrow. I'm not sure that's going to be enough time for him, but
Giggs is back on now. We haven't seen much of him today. Well, as much as we've seen him in other games anyway.
He's had a fair bit of a break today. 6:22 left. 2-2, Bengaluru Mumbai.
Counter-attacks on.
Oh, he showed just a little too much of the ball and it just ran into Da Silva.
What card is he going to give him here? Yellow. Wasn't sure if it was foul, whether he went with a forearm afterwards.
Hamlan doesn't think it's a foul.
It was a strong challenge. I think it was just a bad touch from Corvo, which allowed Da Silva in. Control's got to be so close in futsal, otherwise the ball will get stolen off you. Yeah, he did go in with a forearm, didn't he? Maybe even lucky. See a different colour card. I don't think he really did it on purpose. I'd like to see that again, maybe.
I think it's
from a different angle.
It was his throw, wasn't it? He might have taken a bit of a blow.
The problem is you do have to protect the ball with your arm, and if the other player goes in, oh yeah, I think he's lucky not to be off, isn't he? He's lucky to still be on the pitch. The doctor's still seen him. That was quite a bad challenge. Only taking one doctor this time to spray.
He's a key player, of course, for this side. Paul Scholes now comes into the action. I think maybe Da Silva just having a bit of a break.
And Champreet's coming on for Corvo, it seems, so he's got past the bib. That was just a rule FIFA introduced because there was a trick that people used to do where one player would come out one side of the gate and another player would come in the other, and the defender wouldn't realise it, just stand slightly off the court and you wouldn't know who was on the pitch. It didn't happen very often, but FIFA made sure that you now have to exchange the bibs when you sub.
Well, the good news is Corvo is okay, and that shot from Rico's just wide.
Difficult shot there, it's just come across Rico, hard technique.
Grasso. Scholes. Grasso. Medeiros, right through the legs of his teammate. De Silva couldn't connect.
It was a great ball from Grasso, just scooped over to Medeiros. He's missed a couple of chances today, De Silva.
Grasso's done well. Grasso rolls that in. Bengaluru in front with about 4.5 minutes to go.
It's a great finish from Grasso. See it again. He slotted it in that corner. Didn't give Futsal any chance. It's a great finish. He had one touch to get it out of his feet. He just hit it low. Rico was closing him down. He had to be quick. Now Mumbai, you've got it all to do to get back in this game.
Francini. Oh.
Bit fortune there for Abhishek.
It's given away to Rico.
And he's given the corner, it came off Giggs, it shouldn't have been a corner.
Yeah.
He's changed his mind now, the referee's given the goal kick. That just came off the inside of Abhishek's foot. Got the mop on to clear up the sweat.
Well, even if it's a draw, if it ends up being a draw, Doug, these are, as we said, it's not the worst point in the world because they do know they are, at the moment, on the current form, far better than the other two teams.
Yeah, you'd expect them to go through, but you never know now. The points refreshed. They have it all to do again. All the previous results mean nothing.
Cordovo. Oh, that's a cynical foul, perhaps, from Cordovo on Grasso. Look at that.
And I wonder whether Cordovo's still frustrated from when he had that forearm into his head.
You think that might be a payback?
Yeah, I wonder if it's just a bit of frustration. And he pulled the shirt as well from Grasso. Wasn't a foul that's going to cause an injury, but you see they're arguing the point now. There's Champri and Tyrone, some of the reserves who could come on and maybe change this game. All scored goals in this tournament: Raj Kiran, Jonathan Pears, Reducio King.
Scholes. And Grasso. Medeiros.
They've got out the press from Mumbai.
Will we see some fly keeping here, perhaps, from Mumbai to try and force the issue a bit? 3 minutes left. Slip through to Medeiros. Francini. They want a timeout here. Bengaluru have asked for it.
They need to have it their ball if you want to have your timeout. It has to be your kick in or your free kick, your possession from a restart.
No foul. Those two having a nice little battle there. Grasso and Grasso rather than Cordovo.
He's a real warrior, isn't he, Grasso? Strong physical player. And he's given the foul now. And it looks like Tyrone can come back on here, recovered from that ankle injury. Or at least feels he can play these last couple of minutes.
Well, that's good news for Mumbai, isn't it? That he's okay to continue.
It's a Giggs free kick. He's already scored one in this tournament.
Who will Tyrone come on for? Hits that over.
And now they've got their timeout. Bengaluru, of course, they haven't got their normal coach because who's been sent off. They've got the lead. Who's going to talk here for them? Looks like it's Grasso.
Finish now.
Just going to calm each other down. They don't want to panic now, lose this lead.
I just wonder whether this is an opportunity to take the sting out of things.
It looks like they might play with a fly goalkeeper. And they're going to put 3 on one side, it seems, this positioning of their players. So with the fly goalkeeper, what they'll do is they'll bring a player on and he'll play in the goalkeeper role, and he can touch the ball as many times as he wants in the attacking half, and he can spend as much time on the ball as he wants. When he's in the defensive half, the goalkeeper can only touch it once in a possession and only has 4 seconds, but that changes when he comes into the attacking half. This is a high-risk, high-reward strategy because you've obviously left your goal completely open, but now you've got that overload in attack. We've still got plenty of time to get a goal back.
Champri is on, Franchini is off. So here we are then, with about just over a minute left. Trying to sort out the logistics here.
So they'll have to win this ball back quickly. Mumbai, sorry.
It looks like it's going to be Corvo.
But it's interesting they've put him on at this moment because often what you'll do is you'll wait till you win possession, use your normal goalkeeper, and then when you gain possession, switch them back. Pressing higher, they've won it back immediately.
Well, that was a little too easy to get the ball back.
It shows you Corvo's goalkeeping skills if he has ever saved today.
Would you have opted for him as the keeper, designated keeper?
Not really, because you want that kind of player. You want a good, intelligent player who's a good passer, where he's got a good shot on him. I want him further forward. But he's also the most experienced futsal player on their team, so maybe that's why Thiago put him in that position.
Can they force the issue here?
Less than 1 minute to go in this game. And that's not a goal, of course. You can't throw it into the goal. So it's just a goal kick.
Well, they need to get on with it. He's trying to clarify things here.
Well, they're pressing Bangalore now. They're not letting him out. If Rico loses his ball, there's nobody in the goal. But well done, Champri. Just gave him no action.
Good ball from Champri. Now, Corvo gets a corner. Thought he might just try to cut inside.
I think he had gigs free at the back post, didn't he? He was trying to use them. There's another timeout now. That was a great pass from Champri into Corvo. Really strong pass. That's what you need in futsal. It means when you receive the ball, you'll have more time before your defender can close you down. It's not a timeout. A bit of confusion. The referees told them to get on with taking the corner. But they're not rushing, really.
Not much time left here. Got to make this count here, Mumbai. Rico. Back to Corvo.
And they're trying to press them. Bengaluru, they're doing well. He can't pass to Corvo now because Corvo's in his own area. No, he can't do that. The ref should blow. Yep, he's noticed. I don't know if Corvo's trying to say that Reducio King touched it. I don't remember him having any touch, but as he said, the goalkeeper can't touch it twice in any possession in his own half. Has to touch an opponent first, or does he go out of play and it restarts?
And that's an important stoppage, isn't it? Because only 10 seconds left on the clock.
Well, I think it's Corvo's fault rather than Tyrung's, because he was asking for it. It's for him to know that he can't receive the ball, and it looks like they'll just play out
Unless they can press, they've just got to push here, Mumbai, if they want something. King's done well. And that is it. Bengaluru, a tie Bengaluru, it must be said, have done enough here to win this match.
Well, neither team put in an outstanding performance. It was quite lethargic, really, from both teams. But with Mumbai leading 2-1, and then Bengaluru got back in it through Reducio King, and then now they've got the winner. They'll be delighted with that, because that means now they've got to play Kerala and Chennai. Kerala hadn't got lost every single game, all 5 in the initial group stage. Chennai had only beaten Kerala, that was the only points they've recorded. So Bengaluru put themselves in a great position to get themselves in the semi-finals in Dubai. He'll be disappointed for his team, Giggs, but they've still got 2 games to go. If they win both of those, they'll be in the semi-finals. There's Jonathan Pearce in your picture. He didn't get much time on court today. Had a brief spell and a couple of chances. This full house will be really delighted that the home team has got a win. Let's go down to Noelia now.
Yes, because now we are with Reducer King. Well, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm so happy it ended. Obviously, after yesterday's defeat, we were disappointed, and we had to make it right, not just for ourselves, but also for the fans. So I'm happy with the result.
How does the team feel about after winning?
I'm sure everybody's delighted, everybody's happy. It was a tough game. We played them before, we won 6-2. That was quite easy. But we knew this time they had the legend back, and they've got a solid team, so it was a tough game. But obviously winning against a tough opposition makes you feel good, makes you feel great. So,
despite the tiredness after playing 3 days in a row, the team seems to be quite fresh.
That's a good statement. That obviously we didn't have any rest. We played 3 matches back to back, but obviously after every game we recover quite well. We've got a fitness coach back in the hotel, so he looks after our body, and as you can see today, we look fit, we look sharp. So I'm happy with the result once again.
Thanks and congrats again.
You're welcome. India, we're here.
Well, now we're going to see the highlights of the match.
Well, it's a great win for Bengaluru to send off their team to Dubai. Let's take a look back at this game then. There wasn't many chances created, but it all opened up. Scholes with that diagonal run. Great scoop pass from Grasso. And we know how good Paul Scholes is when volleying the ball with his right foot. He didn't need to go for power. Here's this goal from Franchini. Good movement from Rico. It was that little 1-2. Just for a tap in. Good change of pace in the attack there to open up the Bengaluru defence. It looked like King was going to have a counter-attack, but Tyrone won it back. He did really well to get that ball between the 2 Bengaluru defenders to Corvo. He loses the ball, he wins it back a second later, and he spots Corvo free at the far post. It was an easy tap in and nothing Abhishek could do. And here's Reducio King's goal. Went one way, went the other, and came back onto his strong right foot. Mistake from the goalkeeper. Just got them back in the game, and that was 2-2. And then it was Corvo trying to dribble out the play, and Grasso just stole the ball. We know how good a defender he's been. He's been one of the star performers of the tournament so far, and it was a fantastic finish from the low into the right-hand corner of the goal. There's Al Hamlan and Grasso celebrating at the end of the game, knowing that's a really important result. Almost puts them 1 foot into the semi-finals. Let's look at the stats. Mumbai with more shots, not many goalkeeper saves. I think that just highlights the quality of chances both teams created. There's quite a few fouls in that game, 8 fouls. But no one committed that 6th foul that would have led to a 10-metre penalty. Now let's find out who my man of the match and moment of the match was with Shezad.
Hello very much, thank you very much, Doug, there with the highlights. Welcome to our prize presentation, match day 9. It's the first round of group matches in this second phase. And tonight's game, of course, Bengaluru Royals up against Mumbai Warriors. A tight game indeed. Bengaluru just edging out their opponents. Let's thank our sponsors, Kerry Indev, Carlsberg, Adidas, Republic, Lalita Jewellery, Fortis, ISBM, Estelle Homes and Emirates NBD. We're going to start with the Man of the Match award, and the winner is Renzo Grasso from Bengaluru Royals. Renzo Grasso collects a cheque of 1 lakh rupees from Mr. Xavier Brito, chairman of Premier Futsal, Mr. Shubham Lad, co-owner of Mumbai Warriors, and Mr. Kannan, senior vice president, Kerry Indev South. Well, we'll now have the best moments of the match. There are a few contenders for this one, but we went for a great goal from Paul Scholes of Bengaluru Royals. It was a lovely ball into his path and a great finish, guiding that into the back of the net for Bengaluru's first goal of the game. Paul Scholes collects a cheque of 2 lakh rupees from Mr. Dinesh Das, Managing Director of Premier Futsal, Mrs. Vimala Brito, Vice Chairperson of Premier Futsal, and Mr. Oman Abdallah Oman Al Nuaimi, General Secretary of UAE Futsal. Right, we've got one more match this evening as Kerala take on Chennai. Don't go anywhere, more action coming up.
Shot, last, long, last,